Hear ye, hear ye. Wuthering Waves Guide Depot has released and is now putting other in-game guides to shame, and guide makers are running out of business. But are they really though? No. No, they're not. That was just a joke. Maybe not the part about other in-game guides, or lack thereof. Introducing the all-new 2025 Wuthering Waves Guide Depot. Gone are your days of endless Googling and having to keep alt-tabbing in and out.
Seriously? No dual monitor screen in 2025? What are you? A caveman learning how to bump rocks and make fire?
Shut up! Wuthering Waves added in the Guide Depot as a one-stop shop for all information related to the specific resonator you're looking for. Personally, I think the Guide Depot is an amazing addition in the Wuthering Waves list of QOLs. I mean, it literally has everything in it. Let's take a look at everything they got here, shall we? First, they give you an overview of the resonator, showing things like recommended echoes along with recommended main stats tailored to that resonator, the substat priority, roles, and I'd even say it's pretty darn correct. It even mentions skill upgrade priority, recommended weapons, teammates, and even alternatives. Notice how they position the recommended teammates and the alternatives? It's a minor detail, but I really like this organization. Also, if you don't play in the order of DPS, sub-DPS, and healer/support in that order, especially in a hypercarry team in the order of 1, 2, 3, you're weird. It also shows a little summary of how they work and whatnot. Very nice. Trust me folks, this guide goes deep. Another thing I really like about this Guide Depot is that it adds recommended stats. It compares how much your pathetic stats look against the recommended stats. Go farm more echoes, you lazy bum! Sometimes it can be confusing looking for recommended stats and how much you might need, and well, shit, even if it's not difficult, at least it's here. One click of a button away. 10 out of 10 would check again. And it also ranks your resonator, and there's a thumbs up if you find this guide useful. Alright, it's Echoes time. I like that they added which Echo goes into the main slots. Now the issue I have with this is that it does lack some variety. I mean, it does show some alternative sets like Cantarella's Midnight Veil set, Jeje's Moonlit and Freezing Frost sets, and Arrow Rover with their 3 sets. But maybe they could include other viable sets on certain resonators that aren't included, and although it's mostly just for supports. Case in point, Jeje's Empyrean Anthem set is missing. It probably wasn't included due to math or some other technical theory crafter crap, but anyways, that's just my piece on it. To add some extra flavor, they also threw in the recommended main stats for each echo with a checkmark showing that this is the good shit, and everything else is pretty alright. I know this information is already available to guides outside of the game, but it's still just a nice little QOL to have inside the game. Skills, skills, oh the skills. Aren't you curious to know where you should put your precious shell credits and skill materials, and especially the weekly mats, right? Well, look no further, because the Guide Depot tells you where to invest them in. I did get a little confused here because I didn't realize it shows your skill level in comparison to the recommended skill level, where I thought they just messed up on the numbers in the coding or whatever like that. Turns out, I was just stupid. It even goes into detail, not just the target levels, but also the actual priority, and if you click on them, there's descriptions! And this occurs throughout the entire guide, so W guide. Oh. Also, during the time of filming this video, I'm not exactly sure what this means, but something feels off, and I'm not sure why. This also happens frequently in other areas, not just the skills. So what's super cool about this section is that it recommends sequences if you ever decide to go for them. Yes, that's right, a recommendation on where to spend your hard-earned, or well-swiped, Asterites. indicated with a recommended on the top alongside a flashy symbol. Now what's really handy with this is that they add a summary. Kuro Games, what the fuck? Add this to that goddamn laundry list you call skill and forte descriptions. I'm so sick of trying to read all of that nonsense and trying to decipher it like I'm Tom Hanks trying to solve the damn Da Vinci Code. It's good for people who want it, but not this idiot. So at least give me the summarized option. I also noticed that the S6s, which are generally recommended, don't have a highlighted symbol. That's definitely Kuro Games' way of saying that, shit, well, not everybody can afford this, so probably wouldn't want to make this a must-have. Weapon recommendations are pretty standard as always. The signature weapon is up front, next best 5-star and 4-star alternatives. Some don't show the weapon, but adds it to the description, which is, why not just show it? I don't freaking know, I didn't make this. It's also got a neat little description as to why it works for the Resonator. It also shook me a bit when I looked at Shorekeeper's recommended weapons, and the top slot is variation. Now that made me chuckle a bit. I mean, I like how they added this line in there, which is true, but if I'm not mistaken, Stellar Symphony is still her best in slot. Unless I'm either stupid, mistaken, or they just messed up the order. They added Commando of Conviction here on the list, but Lumen Gloss in the description. It happens here as well. Okay, what the fuck? Now I'm just confused. I didn't check the rest because it also happened with Encore, and that's 3 for 3, tit for tat. Again, this is nothing too major. It's just that these are such simple issues that didn't have to happen at all. How could they have possibly messed this up? Also, nice little detail here for Camelia's weapon. Kudos to that. The only issue I've got with this is that Carlotta should be added in the Chong-Li's recommended team members because this combo is pretty fun to play. And I think Chong-Li works well with pretty much anyone you want to use a quick swap team in. Also add Baiji and Yahoo in there. Baiji is actually pretty decent, if not for her stupid pick up the feather mechanic. And Yahoo can technically heal, but really that's about it. Hey, look, you never know, okay? Maybe someone doesn't have Verena or Shorekeeper. Maybe both. But if you don't, you're either 1, Giga Sweat tryhard who thinks healing is for pussies and doesn't want to pull Shorekeeper because it'll make the game easy. Good for you, buddy. Go touch some grass. 2, you just hate them. 3, you don't have them. Might as well uninstall. Account brick. Well, I guess this is where the end of the road is, folks. Welcome to the guide details, where it's either the most convoluted shit you'll ever see, golly Carlotta, or the most basic shit you'll ever see. The guide details are a little funky for some resonators. Their rotations show in their resonator overview and guide details. Some have one or the other, and some have none. Some are detailed, and some are just straight to the point. There's no consistency, so hopefully they fix all that. Yeah, I know it's not perfect by any means, but they've definitely got something going on here, and I believe they can make it better. I do think this is a great time saver because despite all its flaws, it still contains most, if not all, the necessary things you need to get a character going. Hopefully they'll add a material calculator in here too. Once again, for those who didn't get the memo.
Oh, but we have online guides and guide makers who already have the information.
Blah, blah, blah. This video just talks specifically about the in-game guide. One idea I have is that maybe they could put all the rotations and the guide details alongside some video demonstrations so people can also learn visually. I don't know. I'm just throwing some thoughts out there. There's still a lot of room for improvement in this. Also, what the fuck, Genshin? I was gonna do a comparison between guides, but I noticed Genshin's in-game guide sucks. You call this a guide? Man, even HSR and ZZZ have detailed guides that are pretty much the same level as WUA's. The devs care about this game. Trust me, guys. And no, HoYoLab doesn't count. I'm only talking about in-game. As long as they fix the issues persisting, then we should be okay. Well, that's all the time I got for this video today. I'll see you all in the next video. Peace.
2 to the 1, 1 to the 3. I like good pussy and I like good trees. Smoke so much weed you wouldn't believe, and I get more ass than a toilet seat. 3 to the 1, 1 to the 3. I met a bad bitch last night in the D. Let me tell you how I made a action and